Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10th annual commencement and conferring of diplomas, recognizing the members of the St. Charles High School class of 2025. We will begin our ceremony this morning with the presentation of colors by the St. Charles High School Marine Corps JROTC Color Guard, followed by the Pledge of Allegiance, led by Marine Corps JROTC Senior Jamila Fuller, and the singing of our national anthem by a member of our Spartones, Caitlin Miller.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you. You may be seated. Good morning. Welcome, class of 2025. My name is Robert Baker, and I'm the assistant principal of the class of 2025. On behalf of the students, administration, faculty, and staff, it is my privilege to welcome you to our graduation ceremony. We are here this morning to celebrate the dedication and accomplishments of this group of students and we hope that each of you, our graduates, view today as not as an ending, but as a beginning to the world as it awaits you. At this time, Nia Clover and Adelson Velasquez Oriana, our National Honor Society co-presidents, will introduce our honored guests.
We are honored to present to you the distinguished guests who have joined us today. Please stand when your name is called. Board Chairperson Yonel Moore Lee, Esquire. Board Vice Chairperson Nicole M. Creamer. Board Member Daughtery Butler Washington. Board Member David Hancock. Board Member Latani Smalls. Board Member Jamila Smith. Board Member Brenda Thomas. Board Member Samik K. Thomas. Student Board Member Sam Burt. Superintendent of Schools Dr. Maria V. Navarro. State Senator Arthur Ellis. House of Delegates Deborah M. Davis. House of Delegate Edith J. Patterson. County Commissioner Thomasa O. Coates, District 2. County Commissioner Amanda M. Stewart, District 3. Orphans Court Judge Rachel Yates. Sheriff of Charles County Troy D. Berry. Clerk of Circuit Court Lisa Yates. And Register of Yields Loran Davis Hennessy.
Mayor, Town of La Plata, Janing James. Mayor, Town of Indian Head, Brandon Paulin. President, College of Southern Maryland, Dr. Yolanda Wilson. President, Education Association of Charles County, EACC, Sean Hale. President, AFSCME, Gertrude Lawson. Vice President, AFSCME, Steffi Lawson. UniServe Director for Education Association of Charles County, EACC, Elizabeth Ramuson. Chief Financial Officer, Karen M. Acton. Chief of Operations and Supporting Services, Michael L. Heim. Chief of Schools, Dr. Marvin L. Jones. Chief of Teaching and Learning, Kevin E. Londis. Chief Human Resource Officer, Nikiel M. Majors. Chief of Instructional Technology, Chairmaine T. Thompson. Executive Director of Schools, Erica Williams. Executive Director of Schools, Richard Conley. Executive Director of Schools, Jamie Whitfield Coffin. Thank you for joining us this morning. Finally, we would like to ask that all the members of St. Charles High School faculty and staff please rise. We, the class of 2025, would like to thank you for all that you have done for us during our time as students at St. Charles High School. Thank you.
At this time, it is my pleasure to introduce one of our outstanding student leaders who will bring greetings from our student body, our SGA President, Jada Harris.
Good morning, distinguished guests, faculty, family, friends, and especially the class of 2025 graduates. My name is Jada Harris, and I am St. Charles High School 2024-2025 SGA President. Wow, here we are. Honestly, I was a bit uncertain about giving this speech today. I was nervous to speak in front of you all, but then I began to think and realize how proud I am to be able to be a representation of this class from start to finish. When I was first told about how this speech was supposed to go, I was told to address overcoming adversity and obstacles, to talk about growth, adventure, and celebration of the class. But first, think back to March 26th and March 16th, 2020. School's out. We'll be back in 2 weeks, or so we thought. Everyone go home, stay home, rest. Just a part of our story that no one's forgot. The time period of COVID. While in quarantine, staying up late, doing God knows what, wanting to just roll over in bed when it's time to open up your computer and hop on Zoom for class because it just didn't feel the same as walking into an actual classroom every day. Seeing people in person or having your teacher truly be able to manage and watch over your shoulder while in class. Not only were we isolated from each other, but some of us lost people at a time that wasn't theirs to go. Take this moment to understand and realize how proud you made them by coming this far. Who would have thought? Coming in as a freshman, it was our first year returning to the building after a year and a half of virtual learning. There was no more rolling over and open your computer to attend school. We didn't know what life had planned for us, what battles were to come, or experiences awaited us. Then it was sophomore year, and now we started to get an idea of high school, starting to really get a feel on who we were and the type of person we wanted to become. Junior year, things started to get serious. This is when we had to start making big decisions, gain meaningful relationships, and set down the building blocks for our future, no matter if it was college, trade school, a gap year, or the military. So begins this life roller coaster of changing our mind and then becoming uncertain and winding up changing it again. This is when we realized that it was here. Although some of us may not want it to be, it is here, the next stages of our life. Then we have senior year. Waking up on that morning of August 26th, just 9 months ago, I'm pretty sure we all were looking forward to seeing this day sooner. But standing here today, I wish I had a time machine. From senior pictures to senior sunrise, senior interviews, last football and basketball games, homecoming, field trips, and last pep rallies and prom. All of these moments that are now just memories, and through those memories, I am more than proud to call St. Charles my home. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I thought high school would never end. I'm going to miss those times where Mackie would tell you you dropped something when you never really did, but he always tricked you into looking at the ground like you did because it was so sudden. Or all the times when First Sergeant would come out of his office yelling for everyone to get off the second floor, knowing that we would all be right back the next passing period. Or all those times where you would hear Carp yelling, but not sure if she was right behind you or all the way down the hallway, because every time she yelled, somehow it carried throughout the school. Or every football and basketball game where the school spirit was so high, it felt like nothing could stop us, even if the scoreboard was not in our favor. But now, we're resilient, we're courageous, we're fearless, we're virtual learner experts. We're global pandemic survivors. Most importantly, today, you're St. Charles High School graduates. You are all of those things and a Spartan forever. So when the world tries to tear you down, make you doubt yourself, or question your ability, remember you're here. You beat the odds. You prevailed. We did more than just graduate from high school. We rose to each occasion when the world threw curveballs. We responded, adapted, and finished. I just know the world isn't ready for this class and what's next to come from each and every one of us. Before I conclude my speech, I would like to give a huge thank you to my village. First, my friends for never failing to make me laugh and show me the true meaningship of friendship. To my grandparents for the constant checkup calls and constant reminders of love and admiration. To my stepmother, Erica, thank you for the talks and laughs throughout the years. To Redford Salmon, my stepfather, thank you for the bond we developed that I now cherish, the early morning and late night runs to push me to be better, even when you didn't feel like it at the time. Thank you for showing me what a real male role model should look like. To my dad, Jason Carson Harris, my King Richard, I feel like I don't say this enough, but thank you. Thank you for pushing me to be better in every aspect of life. Thank you for helping me to see the bigger picture. Thank you for bringing me into this world to be successful, as I know you'll do anything to make sure that I am more and nothing less. Thank you, Dad. I love you. Last but not least, to Carla Salmon, my mom, my backbone. Thank you for showing me what true dedication, loyalty, hard work looks like, and to be true to yourself. Thank you for always pushing me and challenging me mentally, physically, and emotionally. Without your words and actions, what ifs and risks, Lord knows where I would be today. The strongest woman I know, or as some would say, God's favorite, my best friend, my inspiration, my role model. Thank you for shaping me into the young woman that I am today. To conclude my speech, I just want to congratulate every single person today, from families and friends who pushed and motivated you throughout these 4 years. To all the graduates who put in hard work to be here today. To our teachers and admin who are finally done dealing with this class and its ups and downs. St. Charles High School, class of 2025. Congratulations and Godspeed. We made it.
Thank you, Jada. The salutatorian of the class of 2025 is a student who earned the second highest cumulative grade point average in this year's graduating class. Our salutatorian this year is Jada Massey, the daughter of Crystal Massey and Larry Carroll. Jada has maintained a cumulative grade point average of 4.59 and is a member of several student organizations, including class president of the class of 2025, SGA, Mock Trial, National Honor Society, Polygots, orchestra, soccer, indoor and outdoor track. She will attend the University of Maryland in the fall to study biological science. At this time, please welcome this year's salutatorian, Jada Massey.
Good morning. It is an honor to stand before you as St. Charles High School's class of 2025 salutatorian and class president. I would like to start by congratulating all of you for reaching this milestone and thanking all the family members, teachers, administrators, and other faculty members who have supported us, the graduates, on our journey to this moment. It has been a long 4 years, full of tests, both inside and outside of school. And yet, now that we're here, it feels like time has flown. Nationally, the class of 2025 is now the largest and most diverse graduating class in U.S. history. And looking out into this sea of faces, I see the diversity of experiences and people that make us groundbreaking. I was tasked to look back on our collective high school experience, the highs, lows, and every struggle that we faced on our way to this very moment. Returning to in-person school from online classes during the COVID-19 pandemic highlighted the value of being among your peers and taught us to keep moving forward. Even though our freshman year saw us rebuilding from lost years before, it was a symbol of growth as we emerged from such a dark time. Now, the academic stress and isolation that many of us faced has only made us braver and more steadfast in the values that motivate us into college, trades, the workforce, and everything else in store for us as we mature. Trying to summarize the last 4 years of high school felt impossible when writing this speech. And when I asked my friends, some of them told me it was horrible and the worst, while others called it transformative and memorable. No matter what words we try to use, there are no real words that can encompass and define what the last 4 years have meant to each and every one of us. That being said, I hope you all take with you everything you learned. And I'm sure you're thinking, ugh, why is she talking about learning when we're literally about to graduate? But I mean what you've learned about yourselves, your strengths, your passions, your dreams. A quote that I love by Albert Einstein is, "The more one learns, the more one realizes the vastness of what remains unknown." I hope that as we leave high school and walk our own paths in the future, that each of us realizes there is still a lot to learn and that we seek to learn in every aspect of our lives.
Thank you, Jada. The valedictorian of the class of 2025 is a student who earned the highest cumulative grade point average in this year's graduating class. Our valedictorian this year is Toby Ojo. Toby is from the family of Miss Bola Ojo, his mother, and his sister, Miss Abiola Ojo. Toby has maintained a cumulative grade point average of 4.633 and is a member of several student organizations, including National Honor Society Mock Trial, Math Team, Marching Band, Jazz Band, Percussion Ensemble, Pep Band, Pit Orchestra, Spartones, Green Team, SGA, and Golf Team. He will attend the University of Maryland in the fall and will be studying computer science and music composition. Toby has been awarded $1,152,314 in scholarships and awards. At this time, please welcome this year's valedictorian, Toby Ojo.
Hello. Hello, class of 2025, and congratulations. After 4 long years, we've made it to this stage, to our final moment as high school students. Every single one of you should be proud of what you have accomplished. But before we walk across this stage and walk into a new stage of our lives, I want to offer a moment of reflection. One last look at St. Charles High School. I know as well as many of you that high school is far from perfect. Some students don't have the best experience, so I could understand wanting to leave it in the past. So why? If this was a negative experience, why waste time reflecting on it? Well, it's because despite the struggles, there are always silver linings, and there are many pertinent lessons that can be taken from these years. First of all, I'd like to congratulate our Spartans for their amazing accomplishments despite the struggles. Last year, our basketball team not only qualified for the state championship, but they also made it all the way to the finals match. Even with the hard part season and unfair refs, they persevered and made it through the season. St. Charles's first ever competition-going marching band was founded this year. And despite the struggles of starting something from the ground up, it was completely successful. In June, members of our theater program will be heading to the International Thespian Festival in Indiana with the honor of being the first performance. All of that to say, regardless of what held them back, students across the school have excelled in all sorts of ways. St. Charles is proof that even in hard circumstances, it is possible to succeed. Perhaps not in the way you imagined, but in ways that you can still feel proud in. I take it everyone in the audience knows that life after high school isn't exactly easy. It comes with many freedoms, but many challenges, some of which are harder than others. No matter how you lead your life, it is inevitable at some point you will face a great problem. That's why it's important to remember that your difficulties don't define you, that ultimately the way you react is the most important. You could give up, let the challenges overwhelm you, or you can model St. Charles and strive for excellence despite whatever this problem is. We are all capable of this because we've already done it. No matter how your years of high school have gone, the fact that you're here means that you have succeeded, earning not only your diploma, but a place in society. This is my message, not only to my fellow graduates, but to everyone listening. Life comes to be unique to each person, but if you work through it as best you can, you will feel fulfilled. So, when you eventually find yourself overwhelmed by a problem, remember St. Charles and the power that comes with perseverance. Congratulations and good luck, Spartans.
Humor, and heart. You have faced battles, not with swords and shields, but with late night studying, unexpected setbacks, and the pressure of finding your place in the world. And while it was not always easy, you have done it with Spartan pride. On the grounds of St. Charles, you have grown from wide-eyed freshmen into capable, curious, and confident young adults. You have built friendships, lost sleep, and discovered passions, questioned yourself, and kept going. That journey, with all of its highs and lows, has shaped you more than any single test or grade ever could. It is in your unique story that you should take pride in every victory, big or small, because those moments are what got you here. None of us know exactly what lies ahead, but like Spartans, I know you will continue to charge forward with courage and determination. Always remember, high school was not just a place that you learned facts and formulas. It was the place that you learned about people, purpose, and perseverance. It was where you started becoming you. Now you are heading into a world filled with both opportunity and uncertainty. My advice? Go after your dreams fiercely. Do not forget to laugh. Do not forget to pause and breathe. Do not forget that sometimes the best things happen when you let go of worry and just live fully in the moment. Do not let the ambition that you look for rob you of your true self. Life is not just about where you are going. It is about how you get there, how you treat others, and who you become along the way. Do not forget just to be silly. And for some of y'all, that's going to be easy, because life will get complicated. There will be detours, delays, and days that test your patience. But there is one thing I hope you carry for him. It is that you are ready. You are ready to think. You are ready to lead. You are ready to love. You are ready to stumble. And you are ready to rise. I hope to close with the Hawaiian proverb that your class adopted, because I couldn't get that pronunciation to stick. I chose to stick with this. From the wise words of the warthog and his meerkat friend, Hakuna Matata. It means no worries for the rest of your days. Congratulations to the class of 2025. We are so proud of you. Go forward boldly and do not forget to sing along the way. As you go out into the world, remember you are not alone, because once a Spartan, always a Spartan. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Miss Little. It is now my distinct privilege to introduce our Superintendent of Charles County Public Schools, Dr. Maria Navarro.
Well, good morning, class of 2025. You look beautiful. Yes, you do. So, my dearest class of 2025, congratulations on your accomplishment and impeding high school graduation. Sometimes the best speeches are the short ones, so I'll keep these very brief. Class of 2025, I want to leave you with 2 thoughts and 1 request. First, have love for yourself that ensures you take care of yourselves. Let me expand on what I mean by this. As you step into adulthood, remember that your journey is just the beginning. Take care of not only your body, but also your mind and your soul. Seek help when you need it. Everyone needs help throughout their lives. Set high expectations for yourself and keep growing. Surround yourself with those who truly care for you and always continue to evolve into the very best version of yourself. Second, help others. A fulfilled life is one with purpose. Find your purpose and remember to volunteer your time to help others. Seize opportunities to improve your community, your workplace, your place of worship, just overall the world around you. And finally, celebrate. Life has its ups and downs, so share the triumphs, big and small. Today is a major one. So, since today marks an achievement that is not yours alone, but rather shared with your family and friends, class of 2025, please rise, turn around, and give a big round of applause to those who have supported you to get here today. Blow kisses, wave. They're here because they love you. Thank you, family and friends. Class of 2025, please take your seats. There you go. I kind of woke the stadium up a little, huh? Now we get to party. So, as the superintendent, just to make it official, Principal Little, please present your class.
Thank you, Dr. Navarro. Now, it is my pleasure to certify that each of these 416 students have met the requirements for a Maryland high school diploma or certificate as established by the Maryland State Department of Education and the Charles County Board of Education. Additionally, I am honored to certify that 140 of these graduates have also met the requirements for a Charles County Certificate of Merit. The roll call of candidates will be held by the voices of St. Charles, Mr. Paul Jenkins and Mrs. Liz Lawless. Members of the Board of Education will confer our diplomas to our graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to present to you the 10th graduation of St. Charles High School, the class of 2025.
Now conferring diplomas, Board of Education Chairperson, Yonel Moore Lee, Esquire. Toby Oluwadamilari Ojo. Jada Carol Massey. Adenelson Magdiel Velasquez Orellana. Giovanni Gabrielle Whitener. Tyke Anthony Hunter. Amelia Grace H. Brizzy. Deja Sade Ensley Jones. Kaylin Janae Miller. Nia Simone Clover. Gabrielle Arlene Pinkston Thomas. Munira Renee Safia Abdur Rahman. Lincoln Demetrius Adams. Denzel Cyrus Addison. Dion Jezreel Addison. Esther Oluwapalumi Adakala. Francella Alexandra Aguilar Sosa. Mololua Michael Ajose. Grace Adan Akinjide. Sierra Leanne Akinkawe. Oluwasijibomi Flourish Akinwumi. Erica Michelle Alegria Echeverria. Vernina Ann Allen Mendoza. Josiani Joanna Mateos Amaro. Merlin Adeline Amaya Ventura. Amaya Janae Amos. Stella Valentine Anderson. Caitlin Elizabeth Ansel. Kimberly Yamilet Aparicio. Nadia Joy Arroyo. Anaya Love Monet Arthur. Franklin Donaldo Avila Espino. Christian Josue Avila Melendez. Lillian Elizabeth Avila Melendez. Mustafa Olanrewaju Babalola. Antonio Tyrone Baker. Jaron Karan Baker. Dallas Lamine Mason Banks. Destiny Rihanna Barnes. Samaya Leandra Barnes. Julian Andre Maurice Barrett. Eliana River Barrett. Isaac Curtis Bass. Jaden Keith Battle. Christian James Baylor. Asia Demi Beatty Brown. Egypt Santana Beatty Brown. Ashley Elizabeth Benfield. Michael Jonathan Bennett, Jr. Now conferring diplomas, Board of Education Vice Chairperson Nicole M. Kramer. Alexander Valen Berry. Kion McKay Bias. Elise Camille Billups. Kaya Jonathan Blades. Jeremiah Tayshawn Bowman. Jamalee Gregory Boyce. Aliyah Lee Boyd. Janae Lavinia Brannon. Amari Shantae Bronner. Keon Isaiah Briscoe. Davian Michael Britt. Mariah Ayana Brooks. Chauncey Levi Brown. Christopher Jamal Brown. China Anjali Brown. Eric Lamont Brown. Jadev Jamani Brown. James Edward Brown, Jr. Jeremiah Anthony Brown. Makai Nehemiah Brown. Zanaya Nicole Brown. James Eugene Brown IV. Mackenzie Bailey Brown Motley. Melvin Antonio Bryant. Jaden Marquise Bunting. Jalen Robert Burrell. Kendall John Butler. Nichelle Monique Bird. Megan Hope Kaya. Kevin Tomas Canales Aguilar. Sydney Nicole Canales. Jaden Lene Cannon. Alan Stephen Carino Garcia. Edwin Cruz Carino Garcia. Brenda Carranza Abalos. DeAndre Lamar Carson. Maya Isabella Nicole Carson. Malachi Zion Carter. Savannah Lane Charnock. Ariana Marie Cheatham. Ashley Nairobi Chicas Velasquez. Grace Amaris Chow Davis. Taylor Nicole Cleveland. Chelsea Janice Marie Coates. Mercury Patricia Renee Cole. Now conferring diplomas, Board Member Daughtery Butler Washington. Tamar Roderick Cole. Cameron Nathaniel Coleman. Leah Alexandra Coles. Mark William Conti. Naima Ann Cook. Cameron Malik Cook. Jennifer Laritza Cordova. Layla Janae Cornish. Willie County IV. Madison Monique Cowling. Emily Rose Cross. Anaya Reese Cruz. Daria Sidney Cruz. Christian Justin Cruz. Kedrick Andre Alexander Cunningham. Cameron Elizabeth Curry. Dianasia Francis Camille Dantzler. Deanna Zayasia Davis. Gabrielle Antoinette Davis. Star Nichelle Davis. Dariah Marie Denny. Clarice Aria Dietrich. Ziana Cassie Dobbins Jr. Kalea Brene Dotson. Kayla Renee Dotson. Amira Sky Dozier. Kanila Deanna Drake. Angie Griselda Dubon Pineda. Deshelle Khalees Duckett. Nevaeh Simone Dudley. Trent Lee Duell. Amani Rain Edie. Devontae Jesus Eason. Nairi Teresa Edelin. Stephen Tyrone Edge Jr. Jamal Lamont Edwards Jr. Brianna Catherine Ellie Adams. Nalani Anari Elliott. Wadia Alexis Arumsale Jr. Cindy Marbella Esquivel Perez. Darren Raheem Eubanks. Dakaya Danielle Evans. Denia Lachey Evans. Simon Ayanlolua Fadare. Micaiah Noel Feggins. Kirsten Nicole Fennell. Dominic Cameron Jamar Fenwick. Now conferring diplomas, board member David Hancock. Christian Ajor Ferguson. Jordan Elena Ferris. Marilyn Yasmin Flores Arevalo. Ja'Cory Desmond Bryant Ford. Mila Victoria Ford. Angela Janae Foster. Chloe Brianne Foster. Layla Imani Camille Franklin. Taiki Daniel Frazier. Jahari Rashad Freeman. Sanaya Angela Friedlander. Jamila Ali Fuller Jr. Ricardo Cornell Garrett Jr. Amani Shania Gatling. Ethan Samuel Bigby Benison. Leandro Ezequiel Geronimo. Amir Ian Gibson. Levante Arthur Goldring Jr. Tanaya Nicole Cameron Golson. Elijah Esteban Gomez. Winifred Mariani Gonzalez Batista. Byron Devon Goodson. Chelsea Ann Alexis Grant. Javon Michael Green. Ahmad Tamonte Griffith. Amos Henry Gross Jr. Darius Nathaniel Gross. Dylan Michael Guy. Dalia Laquan Hagans. Sincere Hairston. Caleb Rasul Hakim. Atticus Katarina Hall. Aurora Lynn Hannon. Erica Ayana Hardy. Emily Kamel Harris. Hassan Matthew Harris. Jada Ray Harris. Justice Monet Harris. Caleb Robert Harris. Leah Camille Harris. Now conferring diplomas, board member Latanya Smalls, EDD. Connor Stephen Hardy. Bailey Michelle Hawkins. Jessamar Hernandez Perez. Antonio Markel Hickman Jr. David Emmanuel Hill. Anaya Christina Hillier. Jaden Michael Hines. Zamaya Surrey Resin Hines. Zamir Cyrus Vernon Hines. McCartney Xavier Hinnant. Rainier Lamar Hodnett Jr. Malaya Zamora Hollins. Ronald Maurice Holt Jr. Elena Cameron Howard. John William Huntley V. Noah Jasper Heisen. Sierra Nicole Ingram. Isaiah David Ingram. Neilani Oriana Jax. Isaiah Matthew Jackson. Janiyah Nicole Jackson. TJ Sirocco Jackson Jr. Purity Zanela Jacobs. Sabian Anthony James. Donovan Joshua Jennifer.
Now conferring diplomas, board member Jamila Smith. Nathaniel J.C. Janzigers. Noah Riley Janzigers. Nia Bray Jarvis. Jaden Johan Jenkins. Danielle Michelle Johnson Gills. Drew Alexander Johnson. Janae Cheyenne Johnson. Kamaya Janae Johnson. Lucas Jalen Johnson. Kennedy Gabrielle Jones. Destiny Melinda Jordan. Caden Isaiah Joseph. Anaya Danielle Joy. Samuel Philip Kamara. Stanley Emmanuel Kamara Jr. Ashley Elizabeth Kendall. Robert Anthony Kennedy. Tatiana Fern Kennedy. Ethan Levon Kendrick. Christopher Aaron King. Jayana Ashlyn Knox Miller. Michaela Madison Cornegay. Vulin Yenny Pan. Ali Nicole Landon. Mackenzie Gail Lawrence. Brittany Taylor Lewis. Shelton Turan Samuel Lewis. Hunter Lee Lovelace. Kendall Nicole Lucas. Daniel Godfrey Lumsden. Kamaya Noasia Lyles. Chase Sanaa Mack. Honor Samuel Magana Guerra. Lyric Denise Martin. Chelsea Elizabeth Martinez. Henio Martinez IV. Jennifer Pamela Martinez Garcia. Shaquan Jamari Mason. Xavier Devon Massey. Jalen Cleveland McCall. Jada Nicole McCallum. Denrette Marlon Michael McCoy. Zion Marcellus McCoy. Tamaya Delane McKeever. Sanaya Sabri McLaurin. Jamonte D'Angelo McMillan. Imani Kensley McQueen. Kaylin Neve Messinio. Joseph Antoine Middleton. Layla Camille Miles. Ajani Ojori Miller. Jason Rayshawn Lamont Miller. Ayana Monet Milling. Curtis Cockrell Milton III. Germani Christiana Mitchell. Corey Jade Mitchell. Now conferring diplomas, board member Brenda Thomas. Mila Randy Mitchell. Tia Gloria Mitchell. Tyra Carolyn Mitchell. Raul Eduardo Molina Pineda. Jaden Isaiah Moshe. Pamela Nicole Montenegro Munoz. Chastity Lorraine Moore. Josiah Kemuel Moore. Leah Anaya Morris. Mesa Mujami. Wynn. Sanaya Leanne Winter Niles. Olua Bemesoke Faith Nuronalua. Alana Michelle Noble. Jared Sean Norris. Jalen Stefan Norris. Jason Isaiah Navoa. Okikiola Brian Oduwale. Mathayo Shinda Okwia. Rachel Oluwabemesola Olurunfimi. Deja Marie Owens. Edna Bodua Owusu. Sage Aiden Paget. Jonathan Russell Parham Jr. Nevaeh Parker. Ricky J. Gerard Parks Jr. Nishta Sanjay Patel. Rayana Aubrey Patterson Lee. Gabrielle Isaiah Sains Pearson. Andre Dennis James Peck Jr. Esther Abigail Pagero Molina. Chris Alexander Perez. Tyrone Gerald Perkins. Zahir Khalid Padaway. Jalen Thomas Pettiford. Derek Irving Pinkney. Trevor Jamar Pinkney. Kendrick Ray Pitt. Eddie Mackay Pitts. Christopher Darren Paul. Austin Caden Porter. Aaron Jalen Powell. Blake Kari Poiri. Dakari Jason Proctor. Ayana Marie Proctor. Nyana Carmen Proctor. Xavier Alexander Proctor. Malachi Antonio Puller. Rabia Rahman Qureshi. Valerie Ramos. Daisha Sumaria Rankin. Oluwabakumi Sampson Rizaki. Maurice Lionel Renaud. Tanner Matthew Wheeler Revoir. Ashley Nicole Reynolds. Heaven Neve Richardson. Now conferring diplomas, board member Samichi K. Thomas. Josiah Elias Richardson. Shemaya Michelle Richminer. Micah Robert Riley. Abner Eli Rivas. London Leon Roberts. Artreus Alvon Robinson. Bianca Jordan Robinson. Marcos Alexander Rodas Lopez. Camarje Darnell Rogers. Ariella Alexandra Rodriguez Benitez. Diamond Maria Rogers. Kendra Alexandra Ross. London Danae Ross. Shakaya Tasia Ross. Cristabel Amaris Aguilaria Salazar. Janice Nijay Savoy. Bryce Maxwell Selby. Xavier Leandre Sen. Halima Suhair Sheikh. Amanda Grace Showalter. Serenity Aaliyah Shuff. Carrington Alexandra Singletary. Simone Latrice Slade. Kristen Elizabeth Small. Tariq Kevin Smallhorn Jr. Brenna Jovan Smith. Elijah Christopher Smith. Kyra Elaine Smith. Soraya Danae Smith. Corey Amaya Sobers. Nyla Neve Spencer. Jabari Ahmad Stepney. Christian Duquan Stinney. Cheyenne Jabria Stokes. Ariana Nicole Sullivan. Savon Destiny Sutton. Jalen Naomi Swain. Makai Isaiah Talley. Amaya Sharice Taylor. Kayla Jaden Taylor. Peyton McKinley Taylor. Alexis Cachet Terry. Kayla Shatara Thomas. Jayla Renee Thomas. Jalen Lamar Thomas. LaDanian Saquon Thomas. Nakaya Isis Thomas. Nevaeh Tashay Thomas. Elias Elkanah Thompson. Jalen Nicole Thompson. Kamani Lachey Thompson. Ryan Jacob Timoteo. Brianna Janaya Timms. Ariana Nicole Tinsley. Robert Edward Tipton. Deshaun Anthony Todd. Now conferring diplomas, Student Board Member Sam Verk. Malachi Elijah Tolson. Jordan Cornell Tompkins. Cameron David Valenzuela. Franklin Treherne Vaughn. Emily Madison Voss. Vanessa Viver. Cora Rose Elizabeth Wagner. Adrian Piper Love Walker. Brooklyn Mary Walker. Gavin Antoine Walker. Jeremiah Omar Walker. Amari Danae Wallace. Zyra LaShawn Michelle Wallace. Benjamin Samuel Walter. Shayla Renee Walton. Javen Christopher Wardrick. Dean Joseph Watson. Sydney Nina Watson. Cherish Jade Webster. Caden Alexander Wells. Shayna Lael Westney. Alana Patrice White. Victoria Natalie White. Kamari Janae Whitaker. Anaya Antonia Wilkinson. Sean Thomas Wilkinson. Donovan Stephen Williams. Jalea Sanai Williams. Jamari Delante Williams. Rachel Michelle Williams. Kyler McKinley Wilson. Shayla Brene Wilson. Damon Ramon Witherspoon. Brendan J. Sean Narik Wren. Jacob Armani Wright. Yaakov Nikuno Wright. And last but not least, Laylene Noel Rose Humans.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is my final pleasure to present to you the 10th graduating class of St. Charles High School, the class of 2025.